of October. So welcome. Just some house rules, like we said. Please make sure you are muted at all time, unless when it's your time to speak. I believe in the room today there will be some French speakers, so I hope Margot will be able to help at some stage, but not yet. But please continue to network in the chat. If you just join in, put your name in the chat box, and just make sure you tell us which country you're coming from. Right. So I am Madeleine Mkunu. I am the CEO of Leading Women of Africa. So this event is being hosted by the Leading Women of Africa. I am also the co-founder of Trade Mzansi. This is a revolutionary platform that facilitates access to market and access to funding, but also it is a marketplace. And as we talk, you'll get to know about Trade Mzansi. I think every Saturday we speak about Trade Mzansi. And this morning I've got my colleague Abbas from Tech Field who will be presenting with me, and you'll get to know Abbas. Abbas actually presented, I think, 2 weeks ago. So he's a very dynamic businessman that is really shaking the world. So we'll get to know more about what he's doing, especially in the area of funding. Right. The EPG is a platform. The EPG B2B series is a weekly powerhouse, power-packed webinar that takes place every Saturday we started in August, somewhere in August, until November. And it is in preparation for the Africa Partnership for Growth. This is the big events that bring entrepreneurs from Africa together and to facilitate basically trade and investment. So if you are not yet registered for EPG, Margot, can you put the link on the chat? Here's EPG. There'll be an award. The EPG will take place from 20 to 23rd of November in Cape Town. This will be an in-person event. You really don't want to miss it. It will be where the Francophone, Lusophone, and Anglophone entrepreneurs will be meeting. Please be part of this event. Then on 23rd, we're gonna have a award gala dinner. So the Future is Female and the Male Champions Award. Last week, we did discuss about how to grow more agripreneur in Africa. And those who were here, Peter was with us and shared with us how to grow agripreneur. We shared about economic opportunities within the space. And I look forward that I think that those who were here and those who have listened to the recording were actually inspired, but also take actions to what they need to take so they can grow within their space. So today we continue with the theme of agriculture. And today we are looking at how to unlock the agri and food tech opportunities. So again, it's really a great place to start or to continue with the agri, where we are looking at the funding space. How, we've seen opportunities, but how do we unlock the funding space? So that is quite crucial for us, that we need to be very, very, very prepared for what opportunities we want to take, but also how are we going to take those opportunities. So the structure will be a bit different today. We've left the platform for basically everyone with a project related to agri and food technology to actually come in and do a brief presentation. 2 minutes, 3 minutes the most for everyone. If you have a presentation, please get ready because you'll be given, a 2 to 3 minutes. If you want to share on the screen, you will be given the opportunity to share, but get ready so that we don't waste time. So if you are in agri and agri space, this is really your time. Get ready because you will have a chance to present today. So, but before we get there, I will just go through, myself and my colleague Abbas will go through what do we offer as funding development services. It's good to share all the opportunities that we're sharing, but it's also good to know how do we access those opportunities. As we know in Africa and across the world, two main challenges amongst many, obviously, two main challenges that entrepreneurs face is access to market and access to funding. So today we will be sharing on some opportunities that has to do with access to funding. So it will be myself and Mr. Abbas. I will start, then I will invite Abbas to come in. Let's first start with leading women of Africa. What do we do and what services do we offer? As we know, I'm sure by now, most people know who we are. We are a pioneering women-led Pan-African social enterprise that we really offer consulting services, okay, among so many services that we do offer, development services. We are an engine to development. On commercial basis, these are the services that we do offer. We offer sourcing and procurement of commodities. So if you are looking for product to source anywhere in Africa, please contact us. This is one of our specialities. We have built over the years really a wide network of African suppliers, starting from South Africa, right across the continent. But also, if you are supplying product and you are looking for the market, please contact us. So market entry and expansion is what we do. So if you are sourcing product, like now we are sourcing cocoa product for one of our clients, so it really depends what you need. So if you are looking for product from South Africa or anywhere in Africa, we must be your first point of contact. We do market research and survey. So if you really want to understand the African dynamics of doing business, please, we should be your first point of contact. We also offer access to finance. This means that we are building. It's not a exhausted list. We are building a pool of funders, investors, um, donors that because we believe that as we build this pool so that we'll be able to offer to our fellow African entrepreneurs. So access to funding is what we offer. Even through our Trade Mzansi platform, there is a window where you can submit your request for funding. Next, we do offer corporate training. So if you are a corporate company and you are looking for reliable training institute, please, the RWA Training Institute should be your first point of contact. We are reliable. We build a pool of experts across sectors and industries, banking sector, telecom sector. We have done it. Human resources, we have done it and we are doing it. So, and we also offer the courses offered in English and French. So if you are French and you are looking for reliable company to offer your training, we are right here. Then we have number of leadership and entrepreneurship development program that were actually the core of Leading Women of Africa. From what we offer, we are a development engine, and we have numerous programs. Expert partnerships, we build partnerships. This is not something, we have a big vision. It's not something that you can drive on your own. So we do partner with diverse team of experts across really spectrum, across sectors and industry, and we provide strategic solutions to issues related to Africa, whether it's business, whether it's leadership, whether it's governance, and all entrepreneurship journey. We are there. That's why we call ourselves the engine for development. So, but today we will focus on one thing, which is, the funding services. How do we do it and what do we do? So we actually offer a tailor-made funding solution for every business because every business have different requirements and we offer a tailor-made solution. So we would like to engage with you if you have any funding need. There is a link that will be shared that you will be able to just submit your details there. We will be in touch. Then we can discuss your need and we can see how we can help you. But amongst the services that we do offer in terms of fundraising, and these are some of them that, our primary services. So we do offer advisory services. So where we can advise you, one of our experts can advise you on the strategy, on anything that you need to actually take your business to the next level. We offer business plan and pitch deck. So as we know, funders, they can be a bit tricky. They can be a bit, very, very strict on their requirement. And one of them is a business plan and pitch deck, because the pitch deck is when you meet the funder, what do you say? So we do those services. We even coach people on how to pitch their project when it comes to, when you are invited to some pitching opportunity, so we will be able to coach you and guide you on how you could pitch your project. Fundraising applications, as we know, there are so many out there, but it's always not easy to access them. And sometimes us as entrepreneurs, we don't always have time to read all the details. What are the requirements? What do they need? What the paperwork we need to prepare? We do that for you. You can assign us and we will be able to actually support you and even submit the application on your behalf. We offer digital technology and digital solution. Many funders, they want to see that you have a digital presence. You need a website. They want to see, because when they do their due diligence, they need to find you in the digital space. So that's very important. If you need those service, you don't have a website, we will also be able to support you with that. But also, we build partnerships with number of big technology companies such as your Microsoft that offer a lot of services to small entrepreneurs and NGOs. So we have those services. We are actually a Microsoft reseller, and we have access to those services. So if you are a small business or an NGO, please talk to us. Submit your details there. We will be able to discuss with you your requirements and how we can support you. We do mentorship and coaching. Like we say, you need maybe coaching for pitching, we will be able to guide you all the way, or maybe you need coaching on how to do your financials, or how to do your own business plan. You don't necessarily need to outsource the business plan, but if you really need support with that, we will be able to support you. There's two other main services that we do offer that is quite exciting. We call it Grant Formula and the Global Accelerate. And that way I will bring my colleague Abbas to also chip in on this one. So the grant formula, let me just, Abbas will give a bit more details, but I will tell you what it is. You see, when you hire us to apply for your funding, there's a small fee that you pay and so on. Very, very small. Our fees are uh, focus on entrepreneurship, so we don't charge corporate fees. We charge entrepreneurial fees. So there is a package that we do offer. You may choose, and as we know, we apply for this funding. We apply, we apply, we apply. You can apply for 10 and be successful in one. You can apply for 20 and maybe be successful on one or two. So the more you apply, the more your chances of landing into the correct funder. So we put basically a package together where we can apply for you for 20 either grant or project funding opportunities within 6 months. Okay, we guarantee we will submit at least to 20 applications for you on your behalf, and you will pay a package fee, so that within 6 months we already have your details. So whenever the funding opportunity comes in, whether it's grant, whether it is any type of financing, we will then just submit on your behalf and send you the report that, hey, we've submitted here and there. And that is one package. And the other one is the Global Accelerate. As you know, the startups have so many opportunities to participate in a number of global accelerators programs, innovative programs, or funding programs. And sometimes we don't know about that as entrepreneur. Our service will then be able to actually identify those accelerators programs and sign you up. And, we'll tell you, sign you up on this one and that one. Please get ready to participate. Because the more as entrepreneurs we participate on these programs, it increases our chances to be funded. Mr. Abbas, I would like you to intervene with a bit more details here. Abbas, are you here?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we
Okay,
can.
amazing. Good morning from here. Good day from anywhere you are joining from. Maybe if you're joining from Asia, it should be a little bit afternoon now. I welcome everyone and thank you, Madam Madeline, for all of the work you do for entrepreneurs on the continent. I think I let me do a quick intro again. My name is Abbas Ibekwe. I am a venture builder. I work with our entrepreneurs and innovators on the continent, giving them access to support and resources they need to launch and, of course, scale their ventures. So uh, I am also part of Leading Women of Africa. We are here to actually help entrepreneurs with most of our services. So today we are going to be diving deep into fundraising, how to really position to be able to access funding. And just like previously mentioned by Madeline, there are a lot of opportunities out there, but yet the opportunity has always been lack of access, lack of information, and of course, technical know-how, how to really grab this opportunity. So this is what we're doing, and this is how we're helping. I'll talk about two things first, and then we'll delve deeper into what you need. So the first is the grant formula. So over the past few years, we've been working with good numbers of entrepreneurs on the continent, both locally and of course global. And one thing we do for them is giving them access to funding. We realize that there are a lot of grant opportunities out there, a lot of project funding opportunities out there, but from our interactions with donor agencies, we realize that the reason why most of the founders or entrepreneurs don't get this is because, first of all, they don't know how to apply. And then, two, they don't have all of the documentations ready for them to be able to file this. And again, we also notice how taxing it could be as an entrepreneur to, build your business, running the day-to-day operation and all of that, and also trying to track all of the grant opportunities that are out there. So that is what we are doing here, bridging the gap for you. So you focus on building your businesses while we focus on exploring all of the opportunities for you. So imagine you're just seated and then you signed up, and then we're able to access your business, and then we track all of the grant opportunities in your industry for you. And then within a span of 6 months, we are able to get at least 20 grant application out, and these are the one that matches your business. We get them out, and then we file the application one-on-one on your behalf. We're working hand in hand with you, getting all the necessary information, giving you technical advisory, and of course, leveraging our expertise to ensure that, of course, you get to fundraise. That is exactly what the grant formula is, just like the name entails. It's actually a formula to help you access grant opportunity, right? So, like mentioned here, it is tailor-made specifically for you. It cuts across different industries. We have opportunities for those that are playing in agri sector. Of course, that's the largest market on the continent. That's Africa's untapped sector. It's projected to get to $1 trillion, and yet it's also untapped. So if you're building something in agri sector or food sector, there are good numbers of opportunities for you. So we'll match you with that. And of course, if you're building something in climate solution, power, there are also a lot of plethora of opportunities for grant funding. There is also stuff around healthcare. Those that are working in energy sector, I mentioned. Those that are working in healthcare. Those that are working in whether you're just in food sector or service delivery or whatever, there are always opportunities for you. And most importantly, there are gender lensed grant funding. When I mean gender lens, a lot of institutions are trying to drive inclusion for women in businesses, right? So that brings a lot of opportunities too. So most of these applications are specifically for women, or they just want a higher percentage to be women. So yeah, we have that as an opportunities as well. And then the next is the global accelerate. Almost the same thing like the grants formula, but this time it's specifically for startup founders, right? So if you are building a tech startup, you can literally get access to global accelerators, about 30 of them, and then also within the span of 6 months you are going to be matched with these accelerators. On our database, we have about 250 of these accelerators, and they are on a rolling basis. We've already started this. A couple of startups have signed up, and then we are helping them. So it's literally matching you with an accelerator in your industry. So let me, in context, if you don't know what an accelerator is, an accelerator, it's more like it's a launch pad for your business. Just like the name implies, it accelerates you. So you get access to mentorship, access to network, access to funding, which is most important, of course, access to the knowledge you need to build a tech business. So what we do is we identify this, we look at your business, we identify the right accelerators for you, and then we match you with the accelerators, and then we file the application for you, and then you get accepted into the accelerator. So that's exactly how that works. And then it's within 6 months, you have access to now. It is quite holistic. A lot of opportunities out there. It is holistic. A lot of opportunities for founders that can really take part in those opportunities as well. So if you're a tech founder and then you're looking at getting your first funding round, accelerators are actually the best way for you, right? So you can get into accelerators, have access to network and funding. So a few of the accelerators I can mention now, we have what we call Y Combinator. It's actually in the United States. We have Techstars. Techstars are almost everywhere around the world. You have in Canada, in US, in Berlin, in Germany, there are in Nigeria. I think there's Techstars in Kenya. There is in South Africa. We also have Startup Wise Guy. There are in Portugal, across Europe. We have Strata in New York. There are good numbers of accelerators out there around the globe. Like I said, our database has about 250. Then you accept it, and then we work on that for you. So that is what we do. Now, I'm going to dive deeper a little bit into each of the funding opportunity. Madam Madeline, are you able to give me the slide of yeah, amazing. This is exactly what I was looking for. Now, we're going to be talking about the MasterCard. It's called Fund for Resilience. Now, MasterCard, as we all know, is one of the leading corporate organizations in the world, and they have actually been they've been quite benevolent in terms of the way they work. They have their presence almost everywhere in the world, and then they're also trying to give back through their foundation. So they just launched this fund. It is a $225 million fund specifically for businesses in Africa. It's called MasterCard Fund for is it Resilience and Prosperity? Yes. Now this fund cuts across different sector. They have the Agri Business Fund, which is the one we are going to be concentrating on today. They also have the Fund for Climate Solution, and they have another one for ed tech, those that are innovating in educational technology. So now those are the ones we are going to be talking about today. So for the MasterCard Agri Resilient Fund, this is specifically for people that are building agri businesses. So if you are an innovator in the agri sector, or you have an agri business, it could be any kind of business, maybe in crop production or food processing, or just agri technology. You're leveraging technology to solve agricultural problems, right? This is actually for you, whether you are also in husbandry or any sector at all. So the fund for agri resilience is actually for you. Now, the application actually started on 18th of March this year, and there are 3 batches. This is why you have to act as fast as you can, right? So the first batch started on the 18th of March this year, and then application that was accepted until around June. That was when the second batch started. Now, let me also put in hindsight that the fund supports up to from $500,000 to $2.5 million, and these are disbursed over a period of 3 years. So when you apply, or when we help you apply, and then we take into consideration a lot of stuff, and then once you are accepted, you need to state exactly how much you need for the project. And now once that is gotten, and then this is going to be disbursed to you over a period of 3 years, right? As you meet the milestones and metrics, the disbursed the funds will be given to you. And then the second round, of course, the third round. But like I mentioned, it is within three stratas. Now, you need to know exactly how much you want. And that is where documentation comes in. We talk about you getting your finances and a bit of your bookkeeping, and then having your books done well. That's around financing, your budget and all of that, right? So if you do not know exactly what your financial projection can be, I doubt if you're going to be able to get this. So that is why, as Madam Madeline has mentioned, this is one of the services we offer. We look at you, look at your business plan, and look at exactly how much you are going to be needing, so we can file for most of these applications for you, right? So those are very important things that sometimes people don't know, and that's why we have a very high failure rate in terms of grant application. So, as mentioned, this is not only going to give you access to funding, there's also a primary production, there's processing and aggregation, and of course, access to markets. I trust we all know how Magnitius, my MasterCard, is one of the largest corporates in the world. So, they literally have access to network, right? You are not just going to be giving the grant, you're also going to be tapping into the MasterCard network. They have network all over the world. So that literally helps your business to scale. So they don't just fund you and let you be, but they fund you and give you access to most of the things you need. I'm going to reiterate on this again. Whether you are innovating in forestry, you are innovating in fishing, you are in horticulture, you are just in plant breeding, agro input supply, cash crop, cocoa, cashew, and coffee, any of this, right? And this is we need you, right? We need you to apply for this because these are the category we are looking for. And then if you are in fruit and vegetables, you're in livestock and dairy, you're also whatever kind of livestock it is, right? Or you're in poultry farming, and then you're leveraging solar to drive agriculture, or you just have tools that can help agriculture strive, right? Again, there is also stuff around irrigation, working on irrigation system to help farmers, or you do something around crop insurance or smart, I mentioned smart irrigation system, or you have maybe an IP that can actually help agriculture scale, or you're just in organic fertilizer or fossil fuel or solar powered agri tools. We welcome you to apply for the funding, right? Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the eligibility. Who is eligible for this? So, you must be in the sector, agri sector, and then you must have an existing business. This is not for someone that just want to start a business or still at ideation. So, you must have an already existing business. It could be mid-size, it could be a small size, or it could be a large enterprise. Then you must be implementing your business. Your business must have presence in Africa with the core 20 focus countries. That's going to be sent to you. I don't want to go ahead to mention the countries, but top on the list is South Africa. We have Kenya, we have Nigeria, and of course Ghana, and I think Morocco is there. Mozambique, Zambia, and a couple of other countries as well, right? And then another thing you need is have innovative, practical, and scalable business model. Can your business really grow? And that again is where we are. We want to help ensure that you have a scalable business, and that's where the business plan comes in. That's why all of these documentations are very important as an entrepreneur if you must grow, right? Because they need to see nobody's going to be giving you money for free. They need to see that, this money is going to be used judiciously and this money is going to really help you scale. So, yeah, you have to show that. And how do you show that? It's from your business plan. And how do you get your business plan? That is one of the reasons why we are here. And that's what we've been doing. And then, of course, very important, adhering to fundamental human rights, right? You're not humiliating people in your place of work. You're not doing stuff around child trafficking or human trafficking and all of those social vices or even terrorist activities, right? And then the selection criteria, very simple. The project descriptions and objective. What's the description of objectives of your project? And then what else? Alignment. Does it really aligns with the fund? Right. And this is where expert comes in. I keep saying that. And then the impact of your project. What's the impact of this project? And then the financial planning, right? Very important. The team structure. Do you have a team? So I gave a keynote sometimes back around team structure. These are some of the things that entrepreneurs don't consider. Most of them are like, okay, so I have a business, I have an idea, and maybe I have funding, I can just run it. Now, what is this team structure? How do you structure your business? So, Madam Madeline, I think some of these days we would have to talk to them about team structuring, how to get the right partners, how to get the right business partners, how to hire rightly, and how to structure your business so that it runs automatically. And of course, how to get some sort of tools that can even help you run your businesses because this is 21st century. And then one of the ways to run your business, you need to be fluent with using some tools and also be able to structure your business. So you can see as one of the things that MasterCard uses to decide is actually the team structure. So you have to work on your team structure. And then additionality. What else makes your business to stand out? Again, that's the expert that we bring to you. Okay, so we are in the last wrap of this. We are rounding this up. The application, we're rounding it up. This is the last harvest. And then this is going to be ending on the 22nd of November 2024. That's the last time we're accepting the application. So if you want to work with us, the link is already there. You need to act urgently and reach out to us as soon as possible. I don't know if you know what $500,000 can do for your business, or even up to the $2.5 million you're talking about. You've imagined what that can do for your business. It's going to be life changing. So, with utmost urgency, reach out to the team as soon as possible so we get started. Literally everything you need for this is there. Everything you need to get this done is there. And again, think about the grant formula. Think about you having access to 20 plus grant opportunities. And of course, you're definitely going to get funded, right? Because we filed 20 plus opportunity for you within 6 months. So there are higher chances that you're of course going to fundraise. Yeah. So Madam Madeline, you give me the next slide. Let's talk about the order opportunity.
Are you there?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Perfect. So I don't know why we didn't have more of this, or maybe because of timing, but then
Yeah.
let's just do two. Yeah. Okay, so there is USDF partnership funding with Stanbic Bank of Zambia. So this is sort of geographical focus. So if you're in Zambia, I would have said raise your hand, but it's fine. So this is for our entrepreneurs in Zambia, and then this is in partnership with USDF. So USDF stands for United States Development Foundation. They're doing a good job. They do a lot of work on the continent, and they are partnering with the Stanbic Bank of Zambia to offer entrepreneurs in Zambia $25,000 grant, right? So if you're in Zambia, you qualify for this. We've got good numbers of people that have already applied for this opportunity through us. So yeah, but I'm going to reiterate, I'm going to go on it a little bit. Again, think of what $25,000 can do for your business. That's some good amount of money, right? So you must run a privately owned, registered, and operating business in Zambia with priority given to women and youth-led MSME. So I think we have a lot of women here and of course youth. So your business must be registered in Zambia, must be operational in Zambia. And of course, a plus for you is if the business is led by a woman or a youth. That is one. And then the second things that make you eligible is basic functional management and financial control for at least 2 years and banking history than 12 months. Now, this is the same thing I mentioned earlier. This is the same thing I mentioned earlier, right? We cannot overemphasize the importance of keeping your books. From interacting with venture capital investors to private equity investors, even fund of funds, and of course, even banks for debt funding for traditional business. The first thing they want to consider is your books. How is your financial strength? How are you keeping record? How are you prudent with your record, right? That is one of the key things they look at. Now, but most of the businesses are not looking at this, right? Most of the businesses are not looking at this, and that is a challenge. So you need this, and that's why we offer that as a service as well. So your financial document, the statement, the projection, the budget, that's another thing that we're doing. So Madam Madeline, I lost the screen. Are you able to share it again with me? I
Yep.
lost the screen.
Okay, one
Kindly.
second.
Okay. Okay, absolutely. Thank you. So we've spoken about the basic functional management, and then yeah, so you should have at least a 12 month history of your business, right? Financial history. Now, let me also mention this for you. Even if you do not have a 12-month financial history of your business, this is the right time to start, because if you cannot apply for this one and you're like, oh, I don't need it, I don't need the service, I don't need to have my financials, I don't need to keep my books, right? There's going to be another opportunity that comes maybe few months later, and then you still do not have. So the best thing to do is to action on it, right? Start working on your financials now. The right time is now. Ensure that you keep your books. I cannot overemphasize this, but it's very important. And then the next thing is applicant must have applied a commercial investment in the past, but the application was denied due to internal processing and capability gaps. Oh wow. Okay. So what that means is, I mean,
Toka
probably almost all of
DVD.
I was that a question? Was that a question?
Aí kolonyo na koi. Ata.
Looks like someone is talking. Kindly mute. Kindly mute.
Okay, continue, Abbas.
I lost the screen again.
Okay.
Sorry, give me the screen again. Thank you.
All right, one second. I need to stop there. Can you see it?
Perfect, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I can see it very well. Thank you. And then you must have applied before. So I trust most of the businesses here have already filed for a grant opportunity or a debt, a loan, or an investment before. So that's an added advantage for you. You see how all of these things add up. So even your inability to have access funding before is also a criteria here for you to access funding this time. That goes to show that nothing is actually invalid. Now, the next eligibility criteria is have a clear, identified, well-defined problem that can be addressed with the grant funding to make the enterprise investment ready. Do you have a problem you're solving? It's literally the same thing. So be able to identify a path for growth after the US ADF and stamping grants ends with a clear investment plan. Yeah, so that's exactly where our work also comes in, right? all of the pitch deck and all of those things, your business plan and literally everything, right? So this is, like I mentioned, this is why companies don't access grants. This is why companies don't access grants, because most of this eligibility criteria, they may meet up with them, but you don't know how to put it well, right? That's why you need an expert. And then have a clearly defined market opportunity to grow revenues that can increase income. Okay. Of course, you're going to have your market research and all of that. And then, if selected, be willing to comply with minimum form usage reporting requirement. Very important. You're not supposed to spend all of the fund. You should be reporting how much you're spending and what you're spending it on. So, yeah, that is it. So, Madeline, do we still have another slide, or is that the end for today?
This is the end for today, but there's much, much more. If we have to go through all the opportunities that we have in house, it will take us a long, long time. So this is the end for today. As people submit their interest to actually work with us or use our services, we will then be able to tailor-make these presentations for them, for their specific need. So today we are continuing, as we said, that we are trying to see, what is out there on and agri and food technology space. We do have some presenters in the room that will be presenting with us. So we will invite them soon. But before we get there, we will first like to know if someone has a question, if someone has a comment, before we move to our presenters of today. We do have, I think I've seen some of our presenters here, Gioma, Misano, they are here, and anyone else that has a presentation, please get ready to actually be part of the presentation. So yes, any question? Any question?
My question no coming from.
Yes, you may also post your questions on the chat, so we can answer them as we go along. However, while people are thinking, if they don't have any question, by the way, for the program today, straight after this, the Zambians that have submitted for their applications, we can meet you. That short meeting will be only for Zambian applicants. So that we can discuss and see how we can support you, because we're receiving quite a number of questions from you. It will be good to actually speak with you. Right. So, is it Mrs. Malzulu? You wanted to speak? I saw that your mic was off.
Yes, we run an NGO. This NGO empowers most women farmers, but of course with men, including beekeeping. Unfortunately, the resources that we receive do not allow us to do business of our own as an institution for sustainability purposes. So we have the expertise. We train climate change, climate smart agriculture, agroecology, including beekeeping. We do train people or help people plant fruit trees. But building our own enterprise as an organization, it's difficult because most of the resources we get do not allow that. So how can we go about it? How can you help? Because even the USDF, we had tried to apply last time, I think some years back, but unfortunately, we didn't go through. So how can you help? Thank you.
Great. No, thank you so
Okay, so
much.
I'm going to.
Mr. Baz, go ahead.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that was a very valid question. Now, I'm going to set something clear. Now, there are funding opportunities for business support organization, and there are also funding opportunities for businesses. Now, the first thing is to know, are you the target for the funding? That's the first thing you need to know. You need to know if you're a business or you're a business support organization. For business support organization, there are good numbers of funding out there. So the first thing, like I said, is identifying what kind of business you are or what you do. If you're in the business support or entrepreneurial support, then there are specific funding opportunities for you. And then if you're just doing your business, maybe you are really the one doing the business, maybe you're an agri-tech or whatever, you also know. So, but then if you do not know what sector you are playing in, that's always the challenge. That's why you get to apply for a lot of opportunities and you don't get any. So first of all, know the criteria, know what kind of sector you are in, and know the kind of opportunity that are available for you. Right? I hope that answers your question. Like I mentioned, there are good numbers of them. I think Village Capital, in partnership with Nor Fund, on Thursday, they launched a program for business support organization across Mozambique, Kenya, Uganda. I think it's literally in sub-Saharan Africa, but selected countries, about 14 countries just yet. And these are specifically for business support organization, those that are supporting other businesses, right? So you can apply for that. So that's just what I mean. There are good opportunities like that, of course. So know who you are, know what kind of business you're doing, and know the funding that are available for you. All of the funding isn't for everyone. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, and another point to enter there is that even as an NGO, a business plan is always needed. So there could be grant, they will require a business plan. So that's basically what we offer is basically to allow institutions, whether you're a business or NGO, to make them funding ready so that when opportunity arises, you are good to go. So that is the support that we can offer you. Other that it will be taking, like Mr. Abbas said, looking at taking it on a case-to-case basis. Who's the target market, who this funding is for, so that we don't waste your energy unnecessarily. Hence, for instance, our package on the grant is very important because we will submit the applications where it's needed and not just randomly submit applications. Right. So let's continue. We have two presenters here. I'm gonna allow them to come in and show with us what they are doing. These are entrepreneurs from Africa that are doing great things. They are being innovative. So they are basically developing solutions, as we always say, African solutions to African problems. So let's see what solutions that they do have in the food and agri space. We will start with Miss Chioma. If you are ready, you can already prepare your PowerPoint presentation, and you will be given a 3 minute to actually join, to actually present to us. Over to you, Chioma, if you are there.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, I want to share my screen. Um, um, Do you see my screen?
Not yet. Try again.
Okay, I want to try if it doesn't. Okay. Do you see?
It's coming. This
Okay.
is right. So this is from DRC. Okay.
Yes, I'm from GRC. Okay.
Okay,
So,
great.
okay, can I begin?
You can go ahead and welcome to the
Okay.
meeting.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Nina Misano Fura. I am from DRC, Congo Kinshasa, and I am the founder of Golf Plantations. We are in the production of yellow and red peppers, which gave us more benefits for health, like it's an anti-cancer, a source of vitamin C, it fights against cardiovascular diseases, and it also facilitates our intestinal transit. Our vision is to contribute to the development of the agricultural sector in our country, and our purpose is to produce locally to allow everyone to access to the products no matter their income. The problem we found is that there is a poor knowledge about product and its benefits, and there is also a lack of availability, accessibility, and visibility of the product. And also we found that this product is sold with high price. And the solution we want to give for this is that to launch campaign to communicate about the product, to sell products in local market and neighborhoods, and to create a distribution chain and to produce locally, and also to offer an affordable price. So this is our business model. And for our business model, we want to use channels like retail, wholesales, B2B, marketing, to reach partners and customers. And also, we want to use social media communication to make the product available and known, and also to offer an affordable price. So our estimation for our financial ask is about $130,460 for land acquisition, equipment, daily maintenance work, and operational costs. And this is about our revenue stream. For 50 tons, we can have 118,000 papers. And yes, for 2 hectares, we can have a cycle of 4 or 6 harvest times a year, and for 1 year we can have $100,000, and for 5 years the benefits is for $500,000. And about our team, we are 4 in our team. Me, Nina Misano, the founder of Golf Plantation. We have Likinda Betoko Christelle for Finance Administration, Madame Feza Stella Misano, the coordinator, and Mr. Nyangwile Gabriel for sales. And this is all. Thank you for your attention. You can have This is our contact email, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Miss Nina. I think this is actually amazing, amazing, amazing. What is important, and I think we use this model to actually try to engage and also discuss what are the possibilities. What is important here is to know, like Mr. Abbas says, and I said earlier on, and he will pitch in again, is to know when there is a funding opportunity, who is the target market? Is it a startup or is it someone that is already in operations for maybe 2, 3 years? That is number one. But also the size of the funding. Like if you take this MasterCard, the size is a minimum of 500,000. And I think that way, as African entrepreneurs, we need to think outside the box. Okay. Your budget, for instance, is 130,000. That's what you are requiring. So one
Okay.
can see already that you don't meet the how do you call it? You don't meet the MasterCard criteria of 500,000. But where entrepreneurs need to start thinking outside the box is that, hey, my company is this size. Why don't we create partnerships? Maybe there are other entrepreneurs that are in the same space as you. Then you can join hands. You can create partnerships. And those partnerships will allow you to drain your budget to meet the funding criteria. That is one of the strategies. So, Mr. Abbas, I would like you to chip in as well, because we are also just trying to give some advice on how entrepreneurs um, can actually do to access some of this funding that if they are higher than their requirement. Miss Nina, are you able to now stop sharing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Mr. Abbas, are you still here? Right. So while we wait for Mr. Abbas, so like what I was saying, it will be very important.
Okay, so I can speak
Yes,
now. I can speak now.
yes.
Okay. I think you've what I would have said is exactly what you mentioned, right? Partnership is key, and also knowing exactly what funding opportunity you are looking at. But then in this case, I think our ask is about 100 and something thousand. But then for MasterCard, they are looking at funding from 500,000. So what you would do in this case, or an expert advice here is, how do you really optimize this and make it bigger, right? So it's that simple. If originally we're looking at 130, and because of the size of what you're doing. So for this particular opportunity, what you do, because you're looking at 500 to 2.5, right? So what you do is just optimize it, make your business larger, and make your projection larger, and then you access the funding. So that's just a simple way to answer your question. Now, that does not mean that when you see an opportunity that is about 120 or 200,000, you cannot still file. You can still file for that. Again, something very important. It also doesn't mean when you see an opportunity that is less than the $150,000, you cannot file. Even if it's 50,000, still go for it. There are a lot of reasons, because it is better you get something that takes you off than still waiting and then you don't have anything. So, right, the key thing here is optimization. Ensure that you optimize your business. You're able to tell your story part time to suit what the founders or funders are looking for. I hope that answers your question.
Right. Yes. Okay. So, Miss
okay.
Nina, if
Thanks
you
for your advice. Thank you so much.
great. Good, good. All right. Next, Miss Chioma, are you here? Are you ready to share? your screen or your presentation. If you are
Good
talking,
morning,
okay, great.
everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Okay, please, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All right. Good morning. My name is Choma Justina. I'm the founder of Food Saver Africa, and currently I'm running a food bank called Organic Food Zone, and that's where this Food Saver Africa, that's where the beds came from. So on this Food Saver Africa, we are trying to build something on food security and saving food and saving life, and to help people who have surplus food to get to the right people who need it. You understand? So at Food Saver Africa, the problem we are trying to solve is to save at least 30% of food produced in Africa that's waste or gets spoiled. Because when you check it, from my analysis and research, food produced in Africa, almost 30% of it are lost or get spoiled. And that leads to $4 billion annual economic loss, and about 250 million people face hunger. And I must tell you that 5 in 1 Africans face food insecurity. That is one thing I'm very sure of. And that brings me to thinking of a perfect way or proposing this solution of connecting surplus food suppliers with consumers and charities. And this platform I have envisioned is AI-powered food waste reduction platform, and it's also going to serve as food donation platform, then consumer and charity network. So these are my key features here, and one is food waste tracking, and AI-driven insights, food donation platform, and community following platform, then partnerships. Then we go into our blockchain integration. Why we thought of blockchain integration is for secure data storage and food donation tracking, food supply chain optimization. This will give us transparency in donation and in distribution of this donation, so that it won't be like in the case of during COVID-19, there were a lot of palliative that were donated from around the world, especially in Africa. But at the end of the day, it didn't get to the right people, who actually needs it, because of wrong channel of distribution. So that is why we come up with this blockchain integration for transparency and record data storage. Then our market opportunity, what we're looking for or looking at is the market size. Recovery market as of $3 billion and $3 billion, and the growth rate is at, let me say, 15 to 20%. And we're looking at food management, waste management markets of $4 to $6 billion, and African food market. As you can see on my screen, I have like 300 billion to 500 billion dollar, which grows in 5 to 10% rate. Then our market target is food recovery, market share, food recovery of 5 to 10%, then market share of 75 million to $300 million. Then looking at the food waste management of 2 to 5% market share of 80 to 300 million. Then our competitive advantage is first mover in food recovery technology. Then looking at my traction and growth metric, that is our progress and milestones. We aim to achieve these milestones within 8 to 14 months after a successful pre-seed funding. And what we are looking at achieving within this range is 1 million users on the platform, onboarding 1 million users on the platform, getting like about 10,000 food bank working with us, partnering with us, then recovering at least 10 tons of food, then a revenue growth of about 10% per month, then customer retention rate at least 80%. Then my vision, or our vision at Food Saver Africa, our vision is to create a hunger-free Africa by recovering surplus food and connecting it to those in need, fostering sustainable food systems and strong communities. Then our mission statement is to reduce food waste, increase food access, and values, sustainability, then community innovation, and I will also add transparency. So this is my business model. We are looking at a subscription-based service for individuals, households, and businesses. Then partnerships with food retailers and suppliers. Advertising revenue from relevant food-related businesses. Data analysis service for food industry stakeholders and so on. And our network and connections, I'm trying to round off so that I won't take much time, is strategic partnership, food banks, NGOs, government agencies, then mentorship, key industry experts, then industry relationships are food manufacturers and distributors. Then we're looking at our financial projection, and we are looking at assessing initial investment of $250,000 and with a revenue growth of $500,000 in our year one, and $2 million in our year two, then $5 million in our year three. And we are looking at breaking even at 6 to 8 months of operation. So I have a team members, strong team members, I believe. With these people, at least we can start and we can get somewhere reasonable. So I myself, being Chioma Justina, I'm the founder at Food Saver Africa, and I have a tech officer, Mr. Eze Celestine, who has been a tech officer for like about 2 years. I've known him and he has been doing quite well. Then Dominion Ndubisi as the CMO, and he has at least, I'm very sure, up to 10 years experience in marketing. And I myself have actually undergone a training under the agro-processing productivity enhancement and livelihood improvement support project appeals, which were sponsored by World Bank organization, which I assessed about $1,000 grants in the year 2021. And that's where the journey of organic food zone started. I started collecting surplus food from people and donating it to the right people who need it since this year 2021, and I want to bring it into global business. I want it to not just be a passion, but I want it to be something that will go global. I want to bring it into business. Thank you for your time. I am Chioma Justina, and I really appreciate for this opportunity.
Well done, Africa. Well done, youth of Africa, for being so innovative in this generation. So we really appreciate this presentation, Chioma. It's actually unique, highly innovative. The law of supply and demand, to identify where the supplies and where's the demand. So thank you so much for this. Mr. Abbas, would like you to comment on this presentation. Mr. Abbas, in the meantime, Chioma, you can stop presenting.
All right. Thank
you.
you, Ma.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So this is so great. All right. So while we wait
Yes,
for
good morning.
yes.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, once again. So she's building something quite amazing. Funny enough, we had spoken yesterday and I gave a notch as about what she's building. Right? We already know the level of food loss on the continent. It's one of our core challenge. What we produce is not even enough. And then what we also lose to wastage, maybe due to storage or whatever means it is also sits at about 30%. So it's a core problem she's trying to solve. There is a gap in the market, and there's also a market in the gap. So yeah, she's doing something quite amazing. But I think we'll further talk more about it. But for me, that's a valid innovation. It's a valid innovation, and she can get funding even from grants. She can access grant opportunities. She can also access a venture capital fund because this is also a tech-driven business. And in terms of grant, also a social impact business. So it can be at the nexus of getting a grant funding and also getting a venture capital funding or even getting into accelerators. There are numbers of opportunities for her, so to say.
Great. So those are the things that we'll be working on. We will be in touch with you, Shioma. You can be in touch with us so we can actually put something, a package for you together, but also how we will be able to assist you to tap into those funding opportunities. Great.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Great. So I think let's continue. We would like now to ask if anyone has something to present right now. Let me start with Dudu Manzi. Do you have anything? This is now the B2B part. Get ready to talk about your business. Share. Take 1 minute to share about your business. Dudu. Right. If Dudu is not ready to share, Pearl. Oh, Dudu is there. Okay. Dudu, let's go with you.
Apologies for my late reply. I did not have a PowerPoint presentation because I wanted to get more knowledge on the agriculture space. However, I am business owner of Dudu's Delightful Delights. I make, actually bake jam biscuits, which I use jams made by other entrepreneurs. You know, those people who've got farms that have a certain type of fruit and then they turn it into jam. So I'm basically supporting that. That way, I have the ability to promote their business whilst I also sell my own goods, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing, and we'll be building more on that in terms of going into the agricultural space. Yeah, many thanks. But next time I will have a PowerPoint presentation.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dudu. And yeah, no, I think that's great. That's also very innovative. Right. I name Sika. I believe there are some French speakers here. So yeah, please, I don't know who's French here. But if you can speak in French and I'll be able to translate.
Hello, good morning from the warm heart of Africa, Malawi. Yeah, my name is Annie Chifulemba Msisia. Me, I'm not into food, but I'm into leather manufacturing. I manufacture shoes in Malawi. So these shoes, yeah.
Yes, Annie. Yes, Annie. I remember you the last time. Yeah, welcome again.
Yes, yes.
Welcome.
So I just wanted to actually I joined because I wanted to learn something from pitching, and I'm really inspired. I've recently, of course, I joined Red because I had problems. I think maybe it was network until we complained, then I joined. So can say I manufacture shoes, but I've been listening to the last two presentations and I've learned a lot. Now I'm also equipped from them. I've learned how I can pitch my business in the like the shoe manufacturing. That's what I can say. But I manufacture shoes in Malawi. Thank you.
Great. Great, great, great. Okay. Is someone trying to share something? Okay. Somebody trying to share on the screen. Can you please remove your screen? Unless someone trying to share the screen. Right, let's move to Sana. I'm trying to see on my list here. Sana. All right, next, who else want to share? Councillor Fozia, you want to share something?
Not at the moment, madam, nothing today, but I am overwhelmed listening to all these fantastic stories and the type of companies that the existing, the Malawian one is fantastic. And I think we need to share some points with them because that leather can come to South Africa, Madam Madeline, and
Yes,
to do business with them.
yes.
I came in late. We have a big Palestinian march today, so I was getting ready with all the stuff to go there. But I make sure that I got into your program. And thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for adding me. And I'm sure I'll be useful next time with some points. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for always visiting us. So it's really great. All right, so we are almost at the end of this meeting. If anyone has something to say, you did not have a chance to introduce your business, this is B2B, please, you can come in and say something before we actually say our goodbye. Right. Well,
Good
if
morning.
they, oh yes, Pearl. Yes,
Yes,
good
good
morning,
morning. Good
Pearl.
morning. I am Pearl. I'm from South Africa. It's my first time. I've been getting invites, but today is my first time logging in. I also don't have a formal presentation today, but currently what I'm doing, it's outside what you're doing. I'm a broker, a financial broker having my own license. So I deal with financial industries like your Sanlams and all mutuals, all of them. So that's basically what I do, wealth management. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pearl. Thank you for your visit. I think wealth management is needed by everyone, and we can continue to talk around the wealth creation
Yes,
and management.
that's correct. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. All right. So I would like to thank everyone for joining in this morning. And I'm sure we were all inspired by your presence, by everything that was shared today. And I would like to invite you again next week, Saturday, where we will continue to talk about a number of other opportunities still around the continent. It could potentially be your sector. Please visit us, join us next Saturday at the same time, 8 to 10, 9:30, 10. So, and don't forget to register for the APG, the Africa Partnership for Growth, that will happen in November from 20th to 23rd. The 23rd will be a big day. It will be an award ceremony. So please don't miss to meet all the entrepreneurs that we are networking with online. Now let's meet them face to face and let showcase our products and our services at APG. Until we meet again, I would like to tell everybody goodbye and see you next Saturday. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
bye.
And bye, ma'am. Thank you.